Are you more sensitive to medications and their side effects? In this video, we'll explore new research that finally confirms what we sensitive folks have known all along. About 10 years ago, I was at an HSP retreat in Santa Cruz where Dr. Elaine Aaron was teaching. And during one of our breakout discussion groups, we were talking about how many of us HSPs are more reactive to medication, feeling more side effects, more intense reactions, even when we're taking lower doses. Some people even talked about taking the small child dose of common over the counter meds like pain relievers or cold medicines in an effort to avoid this. And as we were talking, Elaine's husband, Dr. Arthur Aaron, happened to be sitting at the next table. So we're like, let's ask him. And we wondered, was there any research to back up what we all seem to have experienced at one time or another in our lives? And it was interesting. He said there was only anecdotal evidence at the time. There was nothing more than that, unfortunately. So even though we already had a sense that this was true, there's nothing to really back it up. But that has finally changed after so many years. Recently, a series of 3 research studies looking at HSPs between the ages of 18 and 81 was recently conducted by Jadzia Jewelowitz, Bianca Acevedo, Teresa Tillman, and Art and Elaine, which provides evidence of that connection between being a highly sensitive person or having the trait of sensory processing sensitivity, as it's known in the research, and experiencing medication sensitivity. And it really makes sense, doesn't it, when you think about it and when you look at your own experiences? Because when your nervous system is built to detect subtleties in smells, sights, sounds, body language, everything around you, it's an easy assumption that you would also respond more to what you put in your body: medicine, food, the sensations that you're feeling internally. Not only might you react more strongly to those substances and experiences, you will have more side effects because you're reacting more strongly. But you'll also be more perceptive to the subtle or not so subtle changes that you feel because of the medications that you're taking. It's just like when you get a cold, you may feel like you're feeling sick for longer, but often it's because you notice the subtle early signs of getting sick. A little hint of a scratchy throat or the lingering feelings of being sick, like a slightly lower energy level. HSPs are going to be able to track those earlier and later. And of course, every HSP is different. This is not medical advice. You may not experience medication sensitivity at all. But if you do, you might talk to your doctor about this study, share it with them, or reference it the next time you're starting a new medication so they have the full picture of your experience. This information can be a tool to advocate for yourself in receiving a smaller dose to start with, or ramping up your dose more slowly so your sensitive nervous system has time to adjust. And when you aren't dealing with those invasive or overly uncomfortable side effects, you're more likely to keep up with your medication, to keep taking it, and to actually feel maybe better or healthier overall, instead of skipping the medication and just dealing with the consequences of that. So I'm curious, are you sensitive to medication? Have you had to advocate for yourself with doctors? I'd love to hear if you're open to sharing in the comments down below. And I just want to thank you so much for watching, for diving into these topics with me, and I'll see you next time.